Hello and welcome to another video, and this video is going to be looking at the lost nightclubs of Bradford. Bradford was rated the worst night out in Yorkshire and the fourth worst in Britain according to a list gleaned from Crunch Numbers. While that may seem unfair, the city's night scene has seen better days with the exception of the brilliant, weird, sprawling Sunbridge Wells. Just 15 years ago, Bradford city centre, particularly its West End, was a place for a lively night out. By the mid-2000s, the West End, with its new Glidegate leisure complex and rows of bars and clubs along Morley Street and Great Horton Road, was something of a party capital. But by 2019, all the West End's bars and clubs had closed. In this short video, we celebrate the West End's lost night spots, as well as some of the city's other bars and clubs from the 1970s, 80s, 90s and 2000s, which are, sadly, no more. This is far from a comprehensive list, as we've missed some places, if there are any pubs, bars, which were at the centre of Bradford's nightlife and they deserve a mention. Please do let me know in the comments below and I shall produce them on another video. So first up is Blue Lace. This colourful club, Scamps, in the 1970s, opened on Hallings in 1985. It was pretty flash with top lighting and sound rigs and a carvery that opened at lunch as well as tea. It became 2 flights up in the 1990s. The building has long been demolished and the Broadway shopping centre now stands on the site. Apologies if I announced this one wrong, but it looks like a cavernous. The in-place for your late night entertainment in the 1970s was this discotheque on Great Horton Road. It was attached to a Greek taverna and restaurant called Le Ramond. Inside the club, fake stalactites hung from the ceiling above stools which looked like oversized Sweetex dispensers. The building has been numerous different night spots since, including the Love Apple and Mode. Shea Bar. Formerly Blob Shop and then Bamboozer, this bar on Belfry House, Chester Street, ran from about 2009 to 2015. The bar, we're told, had little to do with the Latin American Revolution, other than his famous stylised image on the wall. Cloud 9. This club on Manor Row, which ran from 1984 to 1999, was famous for hosting its own version of ITV's Blind Date. It has since been a takeaway and a cafe. Glidegate. This wasn't the name of a nightclub, but a custom-built nightclub complex built in Bradford's West End in 2002. It was home to a series of big and fairly short-lived clubs run by large chains including Walkabout, Livingston's and Revolution. Later on, it housed Tequila nightclub and Coco Bongo cocktail bar and is now a church. Flares / Reflex. More or less every large UK town and city had a Flares, a chain of 1970s disco-themed bars in the late 1990s and early 2000s. The Bradford one on Morley Street lasted until August 2019. Before it closed, it was the last club in Bradford's West End, its closure marking the end of the West End as a night spot. Lingard's. This former department store on Westgate was popular in the 1980s and 1990s. Since then, it has gone under several rebrands and refurbishments as Ascension, Boiler House, Utopia and the Lemon Shed before the name returned to Lingard's. It is now reopened as Mana Control. Locarno. This club on Manningham Lane opened in the early 1960s as a Mecca Locarno when it appeared in the film Billy Liar in 1963. It featured in another film, Rita Sue and Bob 2, in 1987. Over the years, it has undergone several revamps and name changes, including Dollars and Dimes, The Palace, Maestro's, Pennington's, and the Town and Country. Today, it is the majestic wedding venue. Mickey's Night Scene / Backstage Bar. The venue upstairs at the Castle Hotel on the corner of Grattan Road and Barry Street opened in 1979 as Upstage, then Oscars in 1982, and then Mickey's. Pile Bar. Formerly the Silk and Textile Club, this plush club underwent an extension in 1978. In 1986, the club, better known as the Pile Bar, was badly damaged by a fire before it was bought by a millionaire and converted into a pub. The venue on Lillycroft Road, Manningham, is now a supermarket. Rio's. Opened in 1987, this rock club in the Castle Blaney buildings on Barry Street was the place to see touring rock bands, particularly extreme metal bands. Rio's moved to Leeds in 2007 because of the difficulty in getting international touring groups to play in Bradford. Then Renegades, Tavern in the Town, Envy, now Glenny's, named in the memory of Envy owner and DJ Glenny Atkinson, who died in 2020. Varsity. This large chain bar on Great Horton Road in the West End was popular with students in the 2000s. The venue, next to the Alhambra Theatre, later became Brew House, owned by Northern Leisure Company, Tokyo Industries. It is now a Brewdog, run by a Scottish brewery of the same name. So there we are, a look back at some of Bradford's lost nightclubs. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I will try and put in the link a video from the Palace in Bradford when Hitman and Her visited in, I think, 1987. I'll stand corrected if it comes up with anything different. If people want me to do an actual dedicated video on dollars and dimes, you know, whatever you want to call it, basically the Mecca on Manningham Lane, please do drop a comment in the comments down below. Now, so do some research and do a more specific video on the Mecca. Thank you once again for listening, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe for free. History of the North. Thank you.